Please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem by SHS Band. Good afternoon, graduates, parents, grandparents, guardians, SHS staff and administration, Bellevue Schools Superintendent, Dr. Art Jarvis, Bellevue School District Board of Directors member, Jane Aris, and Executive Director for Secondary Schools, Dr. Patty Siegwert. I am Derek Richardson, Principal of Sammamish High School, and it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2022. I begin my remarks by thanking the amazing group of support staff who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to plan every detail of this graduation. We could not pull this event off without their support. Round of applause. Next, I offer my sincerest gratitude to our team of administrators, teachers, counselors, and support personnel. The return to in-person learning has not been easy. In fact, there were times during the school year where it was outright overwhelming. During those difficult days, exhaustion and frustration were never able to exceed your level of care, compassion, and commitment to keep our students at the center of everything that we value as a learning community. Know that I appreciate you as much as our students do for the difference that you make in their lives. To our parent community, thank you for your support. I know that we've not always agreed on every decision or every course of action, but I have always appreciated your engagement. We know that success for students is significantly enhanced when families are engaged. Therefore, we have a responsibility and an obligation to work through disagreements and push past division to work in partnership to support our students. Special thanks to PTSA leadership, outgoing co-presidents Julie Seibel and Jenny Long. They have worked extremely hard over the last 2 years to support our staff, to raise money to support our programs, and to let me know when you guys are talking bad about me on Facebook. Last but certainly not least, class of 2022. Congratulations, you made it. Your lives were completely upended the last 2.5 years, but you are here. What you may have thought was impossible, through your experiences, you've come to learn that impossible is just a big word. Muhammad Ali said it best, impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is not potential, impossible is temporary, impossible is nothing. Your resilience, which has been demonstrated through your academic success, commitment to community service, conference championships, club state championships, athletic state championships will be the legacy that you will leave for those who come behind you, in addition to being the first class to graduate as Red Hawks. Know that I'm extremely proud of each of you. Whether you graduated with honors or needed a GPA waiver, you should be extremely proud of your accomplishment. Not everyone knows your story, your struggles, your challenges, and the obstacles you overcame to be here. Most likely there were people in your life to push you, to challenge you, to be a shoulder to lean on, a shoulder to cry on, or a sounding board for your concerns. I encourage you to express your gratitude to all the people in the village who have sowed seeds of success, hope, and inspiration into your life. Whatever path life takes you down, trust that you are prepared. Your resilience, tenacity, and ability to persevere will serve you well as you continue through life's journey. I'll leave you with a story and a reflection that I hope will help you along your path. Last week, Ms. Flickerman encountered an elderly lady outside of our campus who appeared to be in distress. She made a judgment to not leave this lady in this state. She brought her into the building to get help mobilizing the community supports to get this lady the care that she needed. However, the story that was relayed to me was that we had taken in a domestic violence victim and there was someone actively in pursuit of this person. I immediately went into panic mode. I approached Flick and the police officer, and I know that I came in hot. Let's just say that I wasn't the best version of myself. Not that I was upset that she was trying to help someone. My concern was for the overall safety of everyone and whether I needed to lock down the building. This was a highly emotional situation. For Flick, what happened to the rest of my speech? This was a highly emotional situation for Flick. I don't know what happened to the rest of my speech. But needless to say, I came in hot and I wasn't the best version of myself. And why do I tell you this story? Number one, if you come across somebody who needs help, I hope that you will always help them. Number two, recognize that you are I'm sorry, I got to start over because I'm trying to remember. The second thing I want you to take away from this is never apologize for helping someone. And then lastly, if after reflection you realize that you've caused harm to someone, which is what I did because I made Flick feel as though she had made the wrong decision. So if you feel like you've caused harm to somebody, never let ego or something else deter you from saying, I'm sorry, I apologize. And so today I apologize to Ms. Flick. You've been an amazing class. The legacy that you leave behind will be hard for others to follow. I have truly enjoyed my experience with you. Trust me when I say that you are prepared. Use the experiences that you've gained and the knowledge that you've acquired to build your life, to support your family, and to uplift your community. Congratulations, class of 2022. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce your first class speaker, Leo Ohata.
Good evening, Red Hawks. Thank you, Principal Richardson, faculty, family, friends, and most of all, thank you to the Sammamish High School graduating class of 2022. I must confess to you now that I am afraid. I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of big things in deep water. I am afraid of public speaking in front of large audiences. But most of all, like many others today, I am afraid to graduate. Because with graduation brings change. As we move on, we will have to make new friends. Maybe we fear we won't make new friends. Some of us will move far away from our families. Some of us are afraid of failure. Did I pick the right major in college? Do I like my new job or internship? What do I want to be when I grow up? We are all afraid of change. We face graduation with excitement, but uncertainty. The Greek philosopher Heraclitus said, "The only constant is change." So we can either fear change or we can create change. The things we learned at Sammamish High School will help us make those changes as we navigate this uncertain world. I learned a lot at Sammamish. Teachers, you know who you are. But here are the 5 big takeaways that I took from Sammamish High School. Number 1, true leaders serve their community rather than promote themselves. 2, when working with others, find common ground to serve the greater good. 3, find your passion. As long as you practice your passion, you will find peace. 4, hard work is more important than the outcome. 5, there is no 5. But 5 sounded better than 4. 4 is a bad luck number in East Asian cultures, so 5 it is. And there you have it. These are the takeaways I offer you at commencement. In the weeks to come, consider reflecting on the ways that Sammamish High School prepared you to make a positive change in your community. I am still afraid of change, just like I'm still afraid of speaking in front of thousands of people. I hope the next time you fear change, that you realize with change comes opportunity. And with that, congratulations to the Sammamish High School class of 2022. Thank you so much, and go Red Hawks! It is my pleasure to introduce our faculty speaker, Mr. Ken Kendrick.
Thank you. I think I might use my own copy of the speech. So, this is a beautiful sight. I'm honored to be here to speak to you today. I'm a little nervous, but See, y'all don't know me. I'll drink Pepsi. All right, so while casting around for, I'm gonna put this down here so don't spill it. While casting around for a topic for my speech, I remembered one of the interesting, fascinating facts. And it is, did you know the color blue has not existed for more than about 1,000 years? And that's actually true. The word blue does not appear in ancient texts, leading to odd descriptions like Homer's wine dark sea. Wine dark sea is a terrible description. It's not even accurate. So, just because there was no word for blue, does this imply that they actually couldn't see the color, or did they just not talk about it? And oddly, even though their eyes work the same as ours, there's evidence that without the word for it, the brain can't interpret it. A researcher named Jules Davidoff traveled to Namibia to investigate this, where he conducted an experiment with the Himba tribe, which speaks a language which has no word for blue. He showed his subjects 6 color squares, 5 green, 1 blue, and asked them to pick out the one that didn't belong. They couldn't spot the odd square out. Without the word for blue, they literally could not distinguish it from green. The tribe does, however, have a word for a color we don't have in English, presumably a shade of green, although hard to tell. And he repeated the experiment using this other color, and when I looked at it and looked at the 6 squares, even knowing that one was a mysterious other color, I could tell no difference. Without the word, our brains can't interpret or see the color. I always thought that was kind of interesting. Which then got me to thinking about other linguistic trivia. We've all heard the old story that the Eskimo have over 50 different words for snow. I've also heard this attributed to sloppy scholarship, however, so I wanted to check out the latest thinking. I learned that modern scholars hold this is actually true, that with prefixes and suffixes, and the number of words for snow may be much greater. The soft snow that is good for sledding, the soft snow that's good for sledding but will clump up on the inside of the runners, the granular snow that looks like salt, etc., etc. Of course, what I really learned was that I probably shouldn't be using the word Eskimo. The more accurate term is Inuit or Yupik, depending on the area. This, in turn, got me to thinking about the way language changes and evolves over time. So this is particularly apparent, of course, in education. When I started teaching, I started as an ESL teacher, English as a second language, which then became ESOL, English as speakers of other languages, and then became ELL, with English language learners, and is now MLL, or multiple language learners. It can be confusing. The same can be seen in discussion of issues of equity. Black became African American. Similarly, minority became person of color, which is evolving into BIPOC, for Black, Indigenous, and people of color. And so, we finally reach my point. As we get older, it becomes more difficult and frustrating, perhaps, to keep up with all these changes. However, when faced with these changes, I want to encourage you not to simply shake your head in frustration or dismiss it as mere virtue signaling. Instead, I want to encourage you to think of this as an opportunity to see the color blue. Without the word for blue, we only see green. If the only word we have is Eskimo, we'll never see the Inuit. When we expand the words for snow, we add to the types of snow we see. When we expand the inclusiveness of our terms or the pronouns that we use, we add to the number of people that we see. Life is richer because we can see blue, and richer still when we can see each other. So, thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce our next student speaker, Charlie Cloud.
Yeah, that's my loud uncle. He's pretty great, so yeah, it's fine. Hello, friends, family, and our amazing faculty and staff. This is crazy. We did it. We're here. We're ready to move on and grow while still taking the good things from the past 4 years with us, so that these lessons and accomplishments may guide us into our future. My last 4 years have been all but perfect, but I've had people to help me along the way, and I just want to say thank you to my director, Ryan Hyde, as well as my other coaches. But I want to say a special thanks to Coach Wes. And if you don't know Coach Wes, you know, he's an old school coach, and he's somebody who will make you better on and off the basketball court. But God forbid, however, you didn't look him in the eyes when he was talking to you. You'd be running until your legs fall off. I'm serious. I was one of those kids. I also want to thank my best friends, Nate Alessi, Jaden Kritsonis, Leo Ojada, and Will Garner, for sticking with me and not letting me fail. One thing I've never struggled with is talking to adults. And as some of the adults up here can confirm, I might be a little too comfortable talking to them. But this skill has opened up doors for me, and I really encourage my peers to talk to people older and younger than they are, because you never know what opportunities might arise. There are people out there that want you that want to help you succeed. So put yourself out there, try new things, and just be yourself. Don't waste your time on people who won't give their time to you. You are valued and you are respected. Find the people who know that and choose them over the people who won't give you the time of day. One thing I've learned is anybody can be a leader. But, you know, as I've been told my whole life, I am a leader. It's just not always what I wanted. One thing I've learned, and one thing I'm still learning, is that while I am a leader, I am still a part of a team. And because as a leader, you are not superior. You are not the all-knowing. But you are a servant to those that you lead. Listening, learning from your mistakes, growing from them, making amends, and forgiving. That's what a leader is. I think. I'm still learning. But you have to be a team player. Team accountability is a key to success. And mind you, I said a key because there really isn't just one. In our next years, we'll be forced to work in teams, whether that's engineering teams, medical teams, or school faculty, where you might be the next amazing Miss Fightin'. But if you have a class like ours, I apologize. But I do want to say sorry for my part in making you give up during class and teach from the floor because we simply wouldn't shut up. But compromise is, it's another key. Whether it be with politics or your annoying siblings, most of the time you're gonna have to compromise for it to happen. Your opinion is important and it is valid. Don't let anyone stop you from having an opinion that differs from theirs or tell you it doesn't matter because they believe it's wrong. Having the perspective of both sides will make you a more well-rounded person and allow you to empathize with one another. And the last thing I want to highlight is the importance of being a self-advocate. And as many of you know, almost nothing is going to be handed to you. Learning how to speak up for yourself and ask for help when you need it are skills you will use for a lifetime. The motto which I live by, you never know until you ask. Ask questions, get rejected, and then ask again. The chances are in your favor that if you keep trying and keep asking, there will come a time when you'll succeed. High school has been rough for us all, but every cloud has a silver lining. And I would be lying if I said that there weren't many little and big silver linings in our last 4 years in high school. The friends we've made, the people we've met, and the lessons we've learned are irreplaceable, and all will prepare us for the people we will become. Thank you.
And now we will have a musical performance by Sammamish Sound. Please welcome to the stage Lupita Cruz.
Good evening. My name is Lupita Cruz Martinez. Like many other graduating students here today, I am going to be a first-generation college student. This means I will be the first in my family to attend college. My experience with being a first-generation student came with a lot of pressure as I have the desire to succeed to make my parents proud, which can be overwhelming. My parents left their families and life behind when they decided to immigrate from Mexico to the United States so that they could find a better life for themselves and their family. My father studied up to a high school diploma, but my mother didn't get to finish high school. Because of their backgrounds, my parents have always encouraged my brother and I to do our best in school and to work in a field that we truly desire. My parents showed us through all their hard work what true dedication and sacrifice means. My father works in landscaping, often enduring the harsh conditions of working through California's heat. My mother works 2 jobs just to make ends meet, all while raising my brother and I on her own for most of the year. Aside from their differences, my parents have always lectured us on the importance of education. They believe in order to be successful, we must do well in school. Unfortunately, the pandemic made it difficult to stay academically motivated as we dealt with the uncertainties that came with COVID, and I'm sure we all relate to the difficulties and lack of motivation that came with transitioning to online learning. I myself began losing energy to work on school assignments. Slowly in my eyes, A's became C's, and receiving D's became good enough since it meant I was passing. I stopped challenging myself and always settled with good enough. This followed me as we transitioned back to in-person learning. I started to believe I wasn't worthy of the education I was presented with. My parents sacrificed so much, and here I was, satisfied with simply passing. I began comparing myself to others, which only made me feel small. I only applied to one college because it was an easy way to continue with my education. I lost sight of my worth. It wasn't until our amazing college counselor, Ms. Lopez-Kopp, encouraged me to apply to Central Washington University that I began to realize the importance of not giving up. Coincidentally, the following day, our wonderful choir teacher, Mr. Hyde, informed me about the great music program at Central. He helped me find music and gave feedback. But I was still hesitant to submit an audition. I was scared I wouldn't be good enough or that I wouldn't be on the same level as the students I would face at Central. I shared how I felt with Ms. Lopez, only to find that this was absolutely normal to feel. She let me know it was okay to be at a different starting point than others. Another person who helped me regain my value was Tina Morales. She has always encouraged me to help my community and always reminded us students that we are extremely capable and deserving of our successes. After much talk and encouragement from my mom, I finally submitted the audition. After an agitating week, I received an email informing me that I was accepted into Central's music program. The reason why I am sharing this story with all of you here today is to remind you that regardless of your background, you too can achieve your goals through hard work, dedication, and by putting in the necessary energy. Your experience and background give you a unique perspective that is extremely valuable. It has made you an asset to Sammamish, and it will also be very valuable wherever you all may go. Over the past 4 years, I've seen that fear is an obstacle that many of us face. It only holds you back and prevents you from meeting your true potential. As I think back to my parents, of course they were scared to migrate. But if they didn't take a leap of faith, I wouldn't be speaking in front of all of you and graduating with this class today. Fear stopped me from applying to other colleges. It caused me to withhold my audition and stopped me from moving forward. There were many opportunities that I missed because I was scared and allowed fear to take over my mind. For a long time, I lived in a shell, only looking up to the stars, rather than reaching for them. However, with the help and encouragement from my family, peers, and staff here at Sammamish, I was finally able to reach the stars that felt so out of grasp. These people helped me believe in myself when I couldn't. My peers cheered me on when I felt nervous. My teachers always made themselves available to help me when I needed it. Each and every one of the people involved with my academic journey have not only aided me, but also celebrated my successes with me. So I'd like to thank all the teachers for giving us students extra time and support on our classwork, because half of us, including myself, didn't turn in the work on time. Thank you to my family and friends, and especially my parents, for reminding me that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And another thank you to my mom for supporting me in everything I do. Thank you to Tina Morales and Judith Mercado for creating a safe space for the members of Latino Heat and for always reminding us of our value. I'd also like to give a special thank you to the Sammamish Choir and Mr. Hyde for creating a loving and supportive environment. You are all the reason why I am pursuing a career in music education. Please make sure to take a moment to thank those around you and those who have helped you throughout these challenging years. And let's all continue to work towards our dreams. Like Dolores Huerta once said, sí se puede.
Thank you. Please welcome to the stage Leah Swazibo.
Wow, my feet really hurt right now. First of all, thank you, Lupita. That speech was beautiful. Hello, students, staff, faculty, alumni, family, and friends alike. To my wonderful classmates sitting in front of me, whom I've had the absolute privilege of creating forever bonds with, thank you for everything. After years of striving for excellence and success, we are maybe a mere hour away from closing this chapter of our lives. As a young child, I was always looking towards the future. I remember in the 4th grade, playing with my Barbies on the playground, yearning for the freedom of middle school. And when that time finally came around, I was soon 13 years old, brace-faced and all, praying that my high school years would be something out of a teeny bop movie. Navigating through this complicated world has always been relatively linear for us. Our objectives and goals have ultimately just been placed in front of us. Just turn in that next test, assignment, essay to advance to the nearest goalpost. Attend that school dance, join a sport or two, and work that horrible summer job to pay off your first car. Our step-by-step plan to life has literally been laid out for us in Naviance. And well, we're here now, and it seems that we've done everything right. We've completed our community service hours, we've turned in our laptops for the very last time, and have already no doubt started to plan our graduation parties. Yes, we've finally done it, but why does it still feel so nerve-wracking? For the past 4 years, we've all been chasing after this milestone of completion. But what happens now? It's time for us to finally step out of autopilot and take the wheel. Our paths are no longer as clear-cut anymore. Instead of worrying about GPA or elective courses for next year, we are beginning to pave our future career paths. And whether you're taking a gap year, attending a 2-year, 4-year, or going to trade school, or if you're still not so sure of what's next, this is a scary transition for all of us. You know, some of our friends are staying close to home, but some of your classmates may be traveling thousands of miles away. And perhaps as we enter into the future, it's time for us to rethink our metrics of success and completion. I don't think that my GPA, standardized test scores, and college acceptances are really enough to encompass my time at Sammamish High School. And as we permanently close this chapter of adolescence, I can't help but reflect on how important it is to savor the moment. It's easy to forget the significance of this period of our life when we're so tunnel vision focused on the next step. So just to add some shocking context, we will never be high schoolers again. Community may never look like, oh my God, it got stuck in my mouth. Community may never look quite like this again. Some of our peers whom we've known since elementary are going to be moving on elsewhere. And so take what Sammamish has taught you and apply it to your life in the future. The best advice I can give you right now is to not allow this moment to slip away from you. Carry these memories of your friends in pride of your accomplishments and the adversity that you guys have all conquered. I hope that once we leave those doors, you all become the kindest versions of yourselves. In the same way that your fellow Redhawks have unconditionally embraced you, appreciate your community. Sammamish has taught me to learn with curiosity, ask the important questions, and always, always challenge the status quo. And after my 4 years, I can't help but be grateful for my favorite teachers, shout out to Mr. Kendrick, the friendships I've made, and the early morning banana bread from the breakfast machine that we really need to go back. When you look upon the future, I encourage you to always stop and smell the roses. Take the memories that you've made with your classmates here and cherish them. Our graduating class has been through it all, and we've persevered fearlessly. I have the utmost confidence that every single one of you will transform your communities for the positive. To the class of 2022, thank you and good luck. Also, invite me to your grad parties. And it is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, my bestie, Tegan Oden.
Okay, thank you, Leah. Okay, oh my gosh, there's so many more people from this view than the front. Okay, well, first, I just want to say thank you to my mom, because people always compare us to Gilmore Girls, and I agree, even though we both think that Lorelai and Rory are really annoying at times. I could not be more thankful, because you are the Lorelai to my Rory, and I love you so much. Okay. Anyways, okay. I know you guys have listened to a lot of speeches, so I'm going to try to go fast. Okay. Writing this speech was supposed to be the hard part, and saying goodbye to high school was supposed to be the easy part. But as I'm writing this speech, quarantined in my room with COVID, that was a few weeks ago, not anymore, I'm thinking, how can I possibly narrow down the past 4 years into 4 minutes? It seems the roles have been reversed, and goodbyes are going to be harder than I thought. To say these past few years have thrown us for a loop is quite an understatement. If someone told me 4 years ago that I would go to bed as a freshman and wake up the next day as a graduating senior, I would have laughed and went on with my day. Well, that turned out to be exactly what happened. Going from a freshman to a senior overnight is mind-boggling, but wow, I'm really proud of us. Be proud of yourselves for making it here today and for all your arduous work. In return, you will be rewarded with the memories of classmates leaving their microphones on and that you got to hear things that no one should hear at 8 a.m. All right, I think we are a bit COVID burnt out, so on to the second part of this speech. Back in September, I was someone who could not wait to graduate. All I wanted was for time to fly by so I could be on my way out. Fast forward to June, and all I want is time to slow down. I'm used to having high school as my safety net, knowing all the adulting I had to do was years down the road, and all I had to worry about was already laid out for me, 7 periods a day, 5 days a week. But as time begins to catch up, I ask myself, what now? Well, now it's time to be unapologetically you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. High school is not particularly glamorous. For many of us, high school is the villain in our superhero origin story. Before I entered high school, I was told it was the time to come into your own, discover who you want to be and be who you are, but it's hard to embrace individuality when standing out is judged rather than admired. And even when you leave the building, you are still on constant display through various forms of social media. In summary, being a high school is exhausting. So now what that the social pressures of high school are suddenly disappearing? I really do ask myself, what now? Well, as I said, it's time to be unapologetically you. We all have a chance at a fresh start to either repeat high school in our adult life or embrace our individuality. Nobody's the same, and that's what makes us beautifully human. I urge you all to take a step back from the constant worry of what other people think. The worry of Hi, Mom. Okay. The worry of if you look good in the photo you posted on Instagram, or if you will fit in wherever you go next, because life really is too short to worry about these impossible standards, so be okay with who you are, because trust me, it really is so much better. Whatever your path is after this, there is a place for you, the real you, in this world. This journey you are about to embark on is for you and you only. It is a chance for you to write your own narrative. In 20 to 30 years, do you want to be remembered as a bully from high school, someone who conformed, or someone who rewrote their story on their own terms? So, after you are handed your diploma and you ask yourself, what the heck do I do now? This is your time to be unapologetically you. The end. I love you, Mom. Hi, guys.
Thank you to all of our student speakers. Give them a round of applause. Graduating from high school is a significant achievement. It represents perseverance, maturity, and having demonstrated a core set of academic skills, community service, and credits across a broad range of subjects. As principal of Sammamish High School, I certify that the students in the class of 2022 have met the graduation requirements of the Bellevue School District and the state of Washington. It is with great pleasure that I present the class of Sammamish High School, or the graduating class of 2022 from Sammamish High School, to confer their diplomas to Bellevue School District Superintendent Dr. Art Jarvis and Bellevue School District Board of Directors member Ms. Jane Aris. Dr. Jarvis.
Thank you, Principal Richardson. I too, as Superintendent of the Bellevue School District, join in the celebration today for the commencement, for the graduation of this class of 2022. But for just a moment, I need to take time to say a special thank you. Normally on a graduation, I would want to thank our partners, the parents, the guardians, the grandparents, those that have assisted all along the way. In this case, given the last couple years, I cannot imagine the success of these young people without the work that was done by you, the parents, the guardians, the community, the supporters. From the bottom of our heart as a school district, we extend our appreciation, our deepest thanks to you for your work in getting these young people to this graduation. Thank you. And the second is also to acknowledge the staff. And when I say the staff, I think of our bus drivers, our food service, our office people, our kindergarten teachers, our high school staff, the counselors, the nurses, all of the people who contribute in a normal world to the success of these young people. And again, I return to these last few years. Watch everything that the staff depended on be taken away and have to create a world in which these young people could have success. To the entire staff of the entire Bellevue School District, as you contributed, whether in kindergarten with these people, whether in the last 2 years, wherever, from the bottom of our hearts as a whole community, thank you, staff, for a fantastic job. And to the graduating class of 2022, I was asked the other day whether I worried about you as graduating having missed things along the way, given the last 2 years. My answer is unconditional. Not only did you not miss things, we are graduating the most resilient, the most problem-solving, the most adaptable class that I have ever seen. You could make this one work in these last few years. You can take on anything in the future. Congratulations, class of 2022. And with the assurance and the attestation of the principal, I add my attestation to the Board of Directors for the Bellevue School District that this graduating class at Sammamish High School of 2022 has met all requirements established by the policies of the Bellevue School District Board of Directors and all established by the state of Washington. Ms. Jane Aris and your representation of the board, I proudly attest they are ready to be graduated.
Thank you, Superintendent Jarvis. It is my pleasure to recognize the students of Sammamish High School class of 2022. Through the last 2.5 years of COVID, you have had to face far greater challenges and be far more resilient than any of us, your educators and parents, could have expected. In fact, you have even managed to show that the adversity of the pandemic isn't all that defines you. For proof, we just have to look at your very long list of accomplishments, both in and out of the classrooms. This list is so long that I'm going to talk faster now in order to have any hope of staying on schedule. First, many of you found success in a variety of extracurriculars. The following teams were Kinko regular season or tournament champions. Cross country, boys and girls golf, boys and girls soccer, boys swim, boys and girls tennis, volleyball, girls basketball, gymnastics, baseball, fast pitch, and girls track. Sammamish also had a number of district champions, including girls swim, boys tennis, gymnastics, robotics, boys soccer, and girls tennis. In addition, the following teams qualify for their respective state tournaments: boys and girls soccer, boys and girls swim, boys and girls golf, boys and girls track, girls tennis, and boys and girls basketball. The following teams became state champions: boys tennis, gymnastics, cheer, and robotics. The following teams became academic state champions: boys golf, orchestra, cheer, gymnastics, and drama. And finally, robotics also qualified for their world championship in Houston. Of course, you've had many academic accomplishments as well. Many of you received GPAs of 3.5 or higher. Some of you received certifications in career and technical education. 19 of you received associate's degree from Bellevue College. One of you even volunteered over 1,000 hours. You have proven over and over again that each of you has truly earned your diploma, and we are all proud of your accomplishments. I am optimistic that you will use your talents, education, and proven resilience to create a better future world for all of us. And now, on behalf of the Bellevue School District and the Bellevue School District Board of Directors, and with the authority granted by the Office of the Superintendent of Public Instruction, I declare that these students have fulfilled the requirements for high school graduation in the state of Washington, and I hereby officially accept the Sammamish High School graduating class of 2022. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Aris. Now it is time to recognize each of our graduates. This year, the class of 2022 has honored 2 staff members by asking them to read their names. They are Lorinda Flickerman and Nicole Fighton. Let's go. Leo.
Leo Nardo Ohada.
Maggie Sutton.
Charlie Cloud.
Daniel Littorell.
Lupita Cruz.
Aiden Arvizu.
Leah Wizibo.
Xavier Jones.
Tegan Oden.
Sophia Hevner.
Maripaz Alfaro.
Hunter Peterson.
Maximiliano Banj. My apologies.
Elliot L. Nagar.
Francis Cowell.
Alila Blanco Ruiz.
Emma Paskett.
Anthony Miller.
Emmy Landry Dora.
Bailey Desch.
Kylie Nielsen.
Jagmandeep Shergill.
Alejandro Rodarte.
Krishna Sud.
Dwight Stockhausen.
Kai Truppel.
Nate Alessi.
Mateen Nimatolahi. Sorry.
McKaylee Pope.
Ella Haverstick.
Bridget Helverson.
Olivia Rasmussen.
Julia Savez.
Sophia Beltran.
Zurian Yoon.
Taryn Beeler.
Natalia Lizaraiga.
Astrid Perez.
Natasha Tricker.
Jonas Knowles.
Yeah, we did. Aristeo Lazo.
Blake Hunkins.
Maya Ang.
Dante Hall.
Madeline Clinton.
Antonio Luna.
Lily Watley.
Jack Publauer.
Nicole Matson.
Gia Wynn.
Ismael Mercado Morales.
Savannah Sanders.
Shimomura Singh.
Sydney Dove.
Aiden Randall.
Aaron Loudenbach.
Jacob Dunwald.
Emily Loss.
Belen De La Cruz.
Anaya Mitchell.
Dylan Dove.
Nathan Harper.
Lauren Chenoweth.
Laura Vera.
Gabriel Raskind.
Jessica Navarrete.
Isabella Ferdico Faget.
Joseph Velasquez Romero.
Will Gardner.
Eric Morales Vargas.
Anashe Salazar.
Gael Sandate Gonzalez.
Carla Hernandez.
Brian Juarez de Lasario.
Luis Gomez.
Samantha Figueroa.
Jose Flores.
Megan Doe.
Mauricio Mendoza Luna.
Sophia Liang.
Juan Mercado Peliz.
Miranda Liu.
Angel Correll.
Jaden Kritsonis.
Miguel Plattis.
Isabella Pope.
Emily Wolcott.
Kate Morris Wolf.
Angie Tercios.
Ayushi Shahane.
Mimi Hom.
Mia Velasquez.
Olivia Kaiser.
Cole Baldwin.
Cody Arsenian.
Nancy Bush.
Aaliyah Farrick.
Thomas McKinstry.
Rachel Keneally.
Morgan Gio.
Allie Pierce.
Asmi Sate.
Ryder Dunn.
Diana Almanza Almonte.
Ruben Kaiser.
Ashvath Prem Kumar.
Zario Bolanos.
Maximo Diaz.
Joseph Goldman.
Jackson Simon.
Cameron Lucas.
Caleb Warm.
Jay Nuxel.
Isabella Bass.
Manuel Del Cid.
Isaiah Webster.
Andrew Ho.
Joaria Youssef.
Sarah Sun.
Salma Ali.
Kathy Lee.
Aisha Mahmood.
Emily Kuramura.
Stephanie Munoz Castleduke.
Shay Ansel.
Erica Martinez Franco.
Iker Santamarino Padrino.
Lily Estrada.
Isabella Morse.
Gracie Wagner.
Abby Powell.
Alexander Rott.
Aviva Salitra.
Jennifer Morozova.
Haley Fleck.
Rathika Velchuri.
Josh Cho.
Manaswini Deshmukh.
Sarah Evers.
Chloe Barrow.
Justine Bang.
Allison Price.
Afifa Kashif.
Madeline Parpart.
Noah Faulkner.
Edmund Davis.
Sammy Dong.
Giovanna Aris.
Naya Smith.
Tasby Iman.
Kimberly Geiger Lazo.
Kitty Nakagawa.
Romina Ferrodi.
Jackson Keel.
Aisha Randolph McCree.
Brian Zuniga.
Grace D'Angelo.
Alexander Ramirez Flores.
Eddie Vasquez.
Berlin Kletke.
Adrian Brown.
Nazir Pamplin.
Ella Gilbert.
Connor Hilpert.
Charlie Hinton.
Ethan Sloan.
Eleanor Hoffman.
Mahala Adams.
Hanan Fakri Tazangi.
Marat Azkubuku.
Zainab Kahil.
Stephen Stewart.
Noor Amir.
David Nicole.
Armagan Fakri Magadam.
Maiden Jasmine.
Karen Helevic.
Christopher Miller.
Matthew Wong.
James Flahiff.
Ryan Cussy.
Kyle Bender.
Noah Porter.
John Beagles.
Peter Niaga.
Joshua Jung.
Stanislav Shabnabar.
Anthony Lau.
Ashley Gao.
Alistair Collins.
Alden Zidell.
Chaiseng T.
Emily Gao.
Luke Long.
Parker Ives.
Gavri Cook.
Rachel Mumelo Duckery.
Shiwoo Kim.
Jaden Adams.
Bennett Norton.
Sebastian Torrezola.
Noah Sherrill.
Emily Colton.
Zane Terry.
Ariane Satashun. Ariana.
Tuan Win.
Mariah Williams.
Johannes Mattison.
Rehab Edabi.
James Fisher.
Priyanka Curl.
Evan Pierce.
Michael Van Buskirk.
Argavan Fakri Magadam.
Riley Lanford Byers.
Eduardo Orozco.
Kenya Flavius.
Andrew Wilbert.
Carlos Estuardo Palencia Batista.
Rayhan Luthra.
Mashani Coleman Tolliver.
Pedro Medina Luna.
Kamayan Andrew Bell.
Micah Kurtman.
Edward Ginsburg.
Ibruner Chiefchi.
George Baldwin.
Iman Anjas.
Evan Newman.
Moise Bati.
Donald Peterson.
Muhammad Al-Shihabi.
Kai Barnum.
Ibrahim Al-Haji.
Omar Azmi.
Cameron Morrison.
Jacqueline Wynn.
Tristan Dooley.
George Mikhailov.
Monib Zuberi.
Alex Stedman.
Renee Young.
Sumaid Panatula.
Farzan Harun.
Kelly Deline.
Benny Bosley.
Jonathan Tran.
Abby Castro Giovanni.
William Hutchings.
Angel Tolosa.
Cameron Gordon.
John Capel.
Vaughn Banning.
Thomas Osorio.
Sienna Cornby.
Omar Barquette.
Suijin Wu.
Waldo Martinez.
Eric Liu.
Davy Desch.
Pushkar Dakal.
Leonard Mishenko.
Diego Santos.
Alex Padilla.
Jacoby Brooks.
Shauna Richards.
Soraya Jaweed.
Envy Vork.
Sina Ibrahim.
Menraj Sekon.
Amal Dalal.
Cooper Hodson.
Kiara Mort.
Dre Smith. Edwin Solaris Zona. Matisse Damondo.
Congratulations to all of our graduates. Please welcome to the stage Mara Paz Alfaro.
Thank you, Mr. Richardson. Graduates, family members, and staff, it is an honor to be standing here in front of you all today. My name is Maripaz Alfaro, and I'm one of the 2022 class officers here at Sammamish. Before I begin, I'd like to recognize all of our teachers and staff, the PTSA, and everyone who lent a hand in our establishing our curriculum, educational funding, and activities. Class of 2022, we've made it. All the hard work has finally paid off, and we're ready to take the next big step in life beyond high school. Today is a very special day. Today we close one stage of our lives and open another with the satisfaction of the work done and the pride of overcoming new challenges. COVID has been an immense obstacle that stripped many opportunities out of our hands. However, it has also taught us resilience, discipline, and effort as both individuals and as a whole. As we witness this journey come to an end, another door awaits you with boundless opportunities and pursuits. Of course, we will face predicaments, but in spite of that, always remember to hold on to your character. This is a crucial factor and will be your reflection for tomorrow on how you will build a strong foundation in your family, peers, community, and even yourself. The experiences and education we have received here at Sammamish will stay with us for a lifetime. As the great civil rights leader Cesar Chavez once said, "You cannot educate the person who has learned to read, you cannot humiliate the person who feels pride, and you cannot oppress the people who are not afraid anymore." Now let's take a moment to give everyone who has been a part of this journey, and you, class of 2022, a huge round of applause. Congratulations and thank you. And now, please welcome Class Officer Max Bange.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for the introduction, Mayor Paz. First off, I'd like everyone to look around at the faces you've gone to school with for the past 4 years and realize you've done it. It only took a pandemic and 2 of our 4 years online. And thank God we're done, especially with online school. Take a moment to acknowledge all the hard work, stressful tests, stressful nights, stressful mornings. You get the stressful part. Well, we overcame all of it. And now we're ready to move on to a new chapter in life. I'd like to read to you guys one of my favorite quotes by Ursula K. Le Guin that I feel embodies my time as a student coming to an end. "When I take you to the valley, you'll see the blue hills on the left and the blue hills on the right. The rainbow and the vineyards under the rainbow late in the rainy season. And maybe you'll say, there it is, that's it. But I'll say a little further. We'll go on, I hope. And you'll see the roofs of little towns and the hillsides yellow with wild oats. A buzzard soaring and a woman singing by the shadows of the creek in the dry season. And maybe you'll say, let's stop here, this is it. But I'll say, a little further yet. We'll go on, and you'll hear the quail calling on the mountain by the springs of the river, and looking back, you'll see a river running downward through the wild hills below. And you'll say, isn't that the valley? And all I'll be able to say is, drink this water of the spring, rest here a while. We have a long way yet to go, and I can't go without you." During my time at Sammamish, I've made friends I consider to be constants in my life, people I know I will stay friends with in my future. These people are so important to me, and I know that as we drift away into our separate futures, regardless of all the change, they will be with me, supporting me, as I'll do the same. This is just the start. We have a long way ahead of us, and we can't do without the friends we've made along the way and our families who have supported us indefinitely. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you. All right. And it's my pleasure to introduce Francis Cowell.
Thank you, Max. On behalf of my classmates, I would like to thank all faculty, family, friends, and guests. We couldn't be here without your support. As I look around at our class, things feel a bit surreal knowing our journey together has come to an end. Now, I won't claim to know each and every one of you personally because I don't. But that doesn't make us complete strangers. Maybe we only sat next to each other for 3 weeks in an AP class. Maybe we walked past each other once in a while in the hallway but never spoke. Or maybe we were even the best of friends. Regardless, one way or another, our paths crossed, and sharing that meant something. When first thinking about our class graduating, a lot of sappy and sentimental thoughts came to my mind. But I figured not everyone has a tissue on them, so I'll leave you with some practical takeaways of mine instead. The first thing is to enjoy every minute of life. Now, you've probably heard this before, but I mean it. Let's face it, we all know that after today, most of us will not see each other again. And once that reality hits, you'll realize that you should have stopped and smelled the roses. Or, in high school terms, maybe said hi to that one kid you always passed in the hallways. The bottom line is, time flies by so fast, there are so many opportunities to take, and it's all very unpredictable. So, enjoy every second. For instance, I'm sure none of us thought that a 2-week quarantine would turn into a 1.5 years of online school. But we learned to adapt, and that leads me to my next point. Embrace the change. The fact is, change is the only constant in life. Change is a word that I have heard throughout my high school years and personally struggled with. It is a transition that everyone experiences, whether it's for the better or for the worse. Change used to be a scary word, but now is something that helps me to appreciate the moment and see opportunity. And maybe for others, it is simply just a phase we go through. All of us here have been able to learn and develop from our changes to become a better and more successful person. Which brings me to my final point, success itself. A lot of times, success can feel and be recognized like getting the perfect grade or winning a sports game. But that's not the case for everyone. Something I've taken away from the last 4 years is it doesn't matter how many wins you have, how great your GPA may be, or how perfect you may look from the outside if you aren't truly happy. I have found true success comes from personal well-being and inner peace. And sometimes, it takes facing the storms you never wanted to go through in order to reach true success. So, I encourage you all to go forward and face your own personal storms. Although this may be hard work, no one said life was going to be easy. Our journeys are only beginning, and I am so excited to see where life takes everybody after today. I am truly proud of the class of 2022, and I would like to give one last big congratulations to all of us and our hard work that made it possible. We did it. I would now like to introduce our final class speaker of the night, Emma Paskett.
Thank you, Francis. Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Emma Paskett. I've been a class officer at Sammamish for the last 3 years. During my 4 years as a student at Sammamish, it has given me a lot. Sammamish gave me my best friends. I only knew a few people going into my freshman year at SHS, and I was super nervous about starting over in a new school district. Fast forward my senior year, and I am so happy with my group of friends and the people who I surround myself with. These are the people who helped me get out of bed each day because I looked forward to going to school to see them, who made me laugh and supported me unconditionally. It's going to be hard for all of us to not be with our friends in class every day and to start the next chapter of our lives. Sammamish gave me a community. Sammamish is one big community. Everyone here at this graduation has a connection to Sammamish, whether they teach, attend, or know someone that goes to the school. Within Sammamish, there are smaller communities to be a part of. I was lucky enough to be a part of a few like cheer, golf, class office, and clubs. They are small families and people get a support system from being involved in them. Being in a community gave me a place to belong. Sammamish set me up for college, but before attending Sammamish, I had never really thought of college. Every year, there was a college workday where we were told what we had to do to graduate and introduce the idea of what our options were after high school and how to prepare. By Sammamish doing this, it gave me the motivation and showed me that I needed to actually try in school. My mom always told me that you become the 5 people you surround yourself with. While attending Sammamish, I was surrounded by driven people, people who had goals and worked hard to accomplish them. I looked around and saw that and wanted that for myself. I'm glad to be attending Santa Clara University next year, and I wouldn't be attending Santa Clara without having gone to Sammamish. Sammamish has helped us all take the next steps in our lives. Like me, I know Sammamish has helped us all be ready for our next phase in life. Thanks teachers, staff, and principals for helping us all get there. Sammamish gave me an atmosphere to grow in. I'm not the same person I was 4 years ago. I've done a lot of growing up, and I learned many lessons while in high school. I learned that kindness goes far, everyone is in the same boat, and to enjoy everything while you can. Sammamish gave me a voice. I would say the people that know me would say I was opinionated. I've always been opinionated, but while at Sammamish, I became opinionated about things that matter in the world and not just what affected me, when the right time to use my voice was and when it wasn't my place. Whoever said high school flies by wasn't kidding. The last 4 years, we have all shared experiences and grown together. I'm very honored to have shared this chapter of life with you all. Congratulations, graduates. I'm so proud of us, class of 2022. I can't wait to see everyone's accomplishments and to see you all in our high school reunion when we're all hot and successful. Thank you to the parents, friends, family, and staff who made the last 4 years so special for me and my classmates. At this time, I would like to welcome my fellow class officers back to the stage for the turning of the tassels. Can everybody please stand up who's graduating? Okay. Okay. We turn the tassels from right to left to signify graduation. Okay, are you ready? We will turn on the count of 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, class of 2022. Okay. Great.
Some people throwing their hats up. Congratulations, class of 2022. Let's give them all a round of applause. All right, make sure you collect your hat. There's some in the walkway. No balls, no balls. Hold that ball. We are about 5 minutes over schedule, so it's time for us to get out of here. Band, cue the music. Let's go.